I'm super excited about today's day-to-day episode because as someone who compulsively films everything, sometimes I'll be digging through my hard drive and I will find something that we filmed that I forgot about. And I was looking at footage of an interview that I did with my producer Lisi and also my good friend Jesse Lockwood down in Studio A. And I also found footage of us kind of checking out the office space before we moved in. And it was really cool to kind of just see how much has changed. I'm excited just working on this project, and also I have started making TikToks.
I would roast you, but my mom said I'm not allowed to burn trash.
Those are really fun because it's like a different kind of joke and humor that I'm still trying to get the hang of. But I have more important stuff to do. I have to go wrestle a dog for a frisbee. Give it. Give it. No. Give it. Give it. Come on, Pooch. No. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. Give it to me. Yeah. You win. Give it. Give it. Give it. You win.
One of the things that I really appreciate about your show is that the humor is just coming from a different place than a lot of the shows that are out. There's a lot of politically based humor these days, especially.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it gets, for me personally, I feel like I don't even know what's funny anymore. Like, is that funny or is that just like really messed up?
Right.
And so I definitely appreciate the spin that your show has, where it's kind of like flirting with all of that, like kind of pushing the boundaries, but not necessarily in the same way that other shows are pushing those boundaries.
Oh, cool. Thanks. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I remember when I first met Lisi, I had told her my idea of like, oh, it'd be a show about this late night show. And then I invited her into Studio A to like come and see what we were producing.
So when he first told me about the show, I kind of thought he was taking it as a very like serious angle, like he was actually like interviewing. So he told me how he was gonna have, for example, Tom Hanks on the show, and I was like, but it was what it actually was.
Like I sounded delusional.
And he's like,
and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have Tom Hanks. And it was our friend who looked like Tom Hanks.
And it was our friend, and then I saw our friend who looked like Tom Hanks, and I was like, oh, that's the thing, that's the bit, like that's the thing, like in the world, he knows that it's not real, and it's all here. Okay, this is actually really funny.
And for a lot of people, they don't fully understand like why you'd want to make movies or why you'd make a TV show, but it's like so much fun, and that's why I was telling one of our actors of like how much fun this is, and that to a lot of people it's like they do it for like the simple goal of like I want to go viral or I want views, but with our show we try to maintain that making the show is the reward in and of itself. And it reminds me of this meme that I saw where it's like, it breaks my heart whenever I see a picture of pirates. They spent their whole life looking for treasure, but the real treasure is the friendships they made along the way. And it's like these four pirates hugging, and I'm like, that's what we are. We're creative pirates. Like once you realize that, then the whole creative process opens up too.
Yeah.
Because the goal isn't to make money. The goal isn't just to go viral. The goal is to make something good and be with each other. So, I'm really hoping that this is going to be the next home for Really Late Night with Matt Struck. And, the space just opened up, and I've been talking to the building manager about getting some office space up here, which is a really big deal. And this is the first time that I've been able to afford something like this. This is going to happen right before I have to move. But to be perfectly honest, I would rather have a nice space for the show and a crappy place to live than the other way around. So, but like, think how cool it'd be. Look at this. Profile. Like a coffee maker, little couch. We could have like ongoing writers meetings, because right now it's a little bit of everywhere. And if we could just... Every film project and every like fiction story I've worked on has the main character who is trying to like reach for something and it is just out of their reach. Like with Matt Toppings. Did you see that?
I don't think so.
It was an animated show that I made.
Matt, you fired.
Well, can I at least get my money back on this costume you made me rent?
No.
Poorly made. It's really bad. It's about this pizza slice who's in New York trying to make it as a comedian, but his life is falling apart. So that idea is similar to the late night show, about this late night show host who's trying to like achieve greatness, but his life is falling apart. And even I was working on like a series of short stories, and the main character was a comedy writer who is trying to like achieve greatness and his life is falling apart. So I have been wanting to tell that story for a while. All right, so here we are. It's a year later and it's much more put together now. This is the prized dollhouse that I don't know if people have been seeing that I've been posting pictures of, but I have a side project that we're working on that's gonna be coming together soon. Oh, and actually tomorrow we're doing some test shots for it. So yeah, this is like the space completely transformed. It's taken, a year to get here, and there's been several incarnations, but it's been a lot of fun to have like writers meetings and just having a space that we can really like feel like is our own, and also just being with like other creative people. Everyone on this floor is doing like filmmaking or some sort of creative service that there's like, I don't know, just being back here is a lot of fun. You got fake plants, you got a popcorn machine, which I need to fire that up too. It's been a challenge trying to finish up kind of all the different productions that I've been working on, but they're all so close. And a part of this day-to-day project is kind of just showing people the progress that we're making, because there's a lot of fun stuff that happens every day that I don't know warrants a full-on, documentary cinema experience, but also just things that I want to share. So yeah, coffee, anyone? Perfect.